Well, welcome to part 2 of where to get your information about the Big Easy. So, how do you do that? Well, first you watch Big Easy Life, but then you come and talk to some of the friends that I have. In just a second, I'm going to introduce you to NOLA DEEJ, and we're going to talk all about his channel, so stay tuned. So you're less into audio and you're more into video from where we talked in our last episode. Come and visit a friend of NOLA DEEJ and his channel. He describes his channel as this, I'm going to read right off of here, going different places in and around New Orleans, abandoned places, roadside attractions, historical spots, cemeteries, festivals, and events. I try to check it all out and share what I find. And he does a great job of it too.
I try.
Welcome to Big Easy Life, NOLA DEEJ.
Thank you for having me, I appreciate it.
So let's start off real easy. Tell everybody about your channel and how you got started.
Well, I got started about 4 years ago now. December of 2016, I uploaded my first video. I got started because there were a few videos on YouTube that I would watch, and there was a particular guy going around all over the country who would do roadside attractions, abandoned places, historical stuff, all these things. And I said, I kind of want to do the same thing, but focus it more in New Orleans, and thus started the NOLA DEEJ channel, and it's just grown from there. Yeah.
Well, and your stuff is very diverse, but still follows that same kind of format, which makes it really interesting that you can see things on a broad spectrum from, like you said, historic places to oddities sometimes. I love the place in Abita Springs.
Oh yeah, man.
Isn't that place great?
Mystery House, that place is awesome.
What inspires you to do the videos? What keeps you interested?
Well, it depends on I guess the day, because there's my YouTube channel is just a variety of stuff. So, if it's an event that's going on, like right now for Mardi Gras, with the float houses and everything, that's something that I'd like to show. And it's just anything that interests me that I'll show. And if I find something that, if I'm out and about in the city or whatever, and I find something like that's something that I might want to show people, so I'll just go and I'll research the history on it, go film it, and upload it to YouTube, and that's as simple as that. Well,
you've got a great group of followers in that too. Do you get a lot of recommendations from them about what you should, what they want to see you cover?
Yeah, I'll get emails and comments and stuff about, hey, you should go film this particular place, or even if I've already done a video on a place, maybe I left something out, and they'll let me know. They'll let me know if I've left something out, or if I'm wrong about something, and I don't say that I'm an expert on anything. If it's something I find interesting, I'll do research on it, and whatever I find, I try to make sure it's accurate as possible. Sometimes I'm not always that accurate, but for the most part, I feel like I am.
Well, and I encourage people, if I've got my information wrong, or I got it from a different place, you tell me what you know and where you got it from, because I am happy to go back and say we've got differing opinions, because that's what a lot of, let's face it, I just did one on the po' boy, and there's a lot of myth and mysticism built around that history, and I want people to say, well, no, I heard something different somewhere.
Right.
Well, here's the hardest question I'm going to ask you today.
All right.
What's your top 3 shows that you've done? We interrupt this video to ask if you're enjoying our content. Please remember to subscribe. It's a big deal for us. Don't forget to hit the like button and the bell if you're into that sort of thing. If you'd like to give us a little lanyap helping us make bigger and better videos, you can go to our Patreon page to become a patron at one of 5 different levels. As always, you can find our vids all about us, as well as our merch store, on our website, www.bigeasylife.org. Okay, back to the video.
Ooh, top 3.
I didn't want to give you a top 1 because that kind of puts you on the spot. I want to give you a top 3.
Most recently I flew a drone over the abandoned Six Flags theme park, and that was something that I have always wanted to go in there, and obviously you can't, it's not legal to, but I flew the drone over it and got some really beautiful shots of that place, so that's one of my favorites. I'm glad I finally did that. Another one I did, which is probably my most viewed video, is the Ghost Manor house on Magazine Street? I think it's on Magazine. It's a house that this guy, he decorates every year for Halloween, and it's not just Halloween decorations, it's a whole show. And he's got music playing, he's got these skeletons on the front porch that are synced up to the music that mouth the words and everything. It's awesome. That's one of my favorite ones as well. And wow, let me think of a third one. I would probably have to say the Times-Picayune building that
was pretty
inside of.
before they took it down.
Yeah, I got permission to go inside of there and see what it looked like.
Well, a true piece of history here in the city too. Yeah. I have a picture somewhere, and if I can find it, I'll share it. But I went in there with my father when I was younger. For a job he had in there, and I always thought it funny, in the cafeteria they had a handful of coal black tables, and I'm like, why are all the other tables one color and these black? So the printmen who worked down in the print room back when they actually used big ink rolls, that's where they ate because it wouldn't stain anything.
Wow.
And I'm like, just one of those things that sticks in your head over all those years.
I never knew that. So, that's pretty awesome.
Well, I know with a lot of your episodes, I don't want to say spur of the moment, but they're more in the moment kind of things. Yeah. But what do you have your sights on? Anything you're looking here in 2021 that you're like, I just got to cover, or I've got my sights that you want to share?
There's a few things that I've been working on. I don't want to say what they are just yet, but they're really good, and they're more of the exploring abandoned stuff kind of places, but they're pretty cool. Yeah, and I mean, 2021 is going to be interesting because, with Mardi Gras, the parades being canceled, that was it's a whole new way to experience Mardi Gras. And, with people decorating the houses for the house lights and everything, that's really cool. So I'm glad to see that people are doing something for Mardi Gras. And I'm just curious how the rest of the year is going to play out on that level, because festivals and everything, like
not going to be the same.
Yeah,
like they're already talking October now for a lot of these. So, and we kind of talked off air that it's difficult and different for us because a lot of the things that we would normally do videos about aren't happening in the same way. So we've got to become creative about making sure that we find new ways to get that information about the area that we love so much. I mean, we're sitting, here I'll give our free plug, we're sitting in PJ's today, a great local company, and doing it this way because it's just another avenue. But you're right, as the year goes on, we're going to have to see how things evolve as we move forward with this. The restrictions keep going back and forward, so we find out where we are. October is going to be a tough month for us because right now they're talking about Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest, Voodoo Fest,
they're all
and one of the others all in the same month. Might have to take the whole vacation. How much vacation I get? How much can we handle all at once?
That's the thing, though. And that's kind of what I like is the challenge of trying to figure out what to talk about or what to show. And like you said, it is spur of the moment. A lot of times, day by day, you're like trying to figure out what to do or show, and something will just pop up. Like, there you go, something new, something. Or it could be something that you've already done before, but now it's a whole new way to experience it.
Yeah. Mardi Gras is a perfect example of that this year.
Yeah.
Well, take a minute, tell everybody who's out there where they can find you and your channel and all things NOLA DEEJ.
Well, I have a website, NOLADEEJ.com, or you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/NOLADEEJ. Just like it sounds, NOLADEEJ.
And we'll have links down in the description below for all of that, for sure.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Just look up NOLA DEEJ and you'll find me.
He'll be wherever you find him.
Yeah.
Thanks again for sitting down with me. This has been awesome, as always. We've been playing the Corona game for almost a year now, trying to get together and sit down, and we finally got a chance to do that. So hopefully we'll get to do some more in the future. And please go check out his channel. If you haven't seen it, it's another way to find all this great information about the regional area. I think they're great accompaniment. My channels are great accompaniments to each other because we definitely look at some different things, or even when we look at the same things, we look at it from different angles, and I think that gives our viewers a really great outlook on some areas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. We could talk about the exact same thing, but my perspective is going to be different from your perspective, and vice versa. So it's always good to check out both versions of stuff, or there could be 10 different versions of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Check them all out.
And that's what we talked. As you see, as we move on with this, we did Beyond Bourbon Street in our last episode, which is a great audio podcast. Cerebral. Ours are in video format, but are done kind of a little differently. And I like playing with the green screen and doing goofy things. I can't help myself. It's just all in fun. So if you have any ideas for either one of us, please leave a comment down below. Let us know what you'd like to see. No battle royales. That's really not part of our game. But anything. I
don't know. We should think about that.
Just have to see what we're gonna do. You never know. So people's elbow. So y'all take care. We'll be seeing you soon. And thanks for being part of our Big Easy Life.